Test, test, 1, 2. Click here. Cool, I can hear myself. What if I do this? La 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 la. Yeah, it's not bad. Just realized I probably shouldn't be doing this yet. Let me do this. Okay, unmute. Let me hear my unmute. Not be like last time where I accidentally kept on streaming while muted. Okay, I think this is good. And a 1 and a 2. Toggle that, toggle this. Okay, I'm good to go. Let me turn this on. Okay. That brightened things up a bit. Ooh. Okay, back at this. Where did I last leave off? I think I was adding the rest of my texture and making parts gold in the material area. Still not sure about this. Okay, let me move on from that. This part, this finally caught my attention. This little bandage knot wrap around. Whoa, this is not even connected. What am I? Somewhere along the line, this got nudged. Or maybe I didn't pay attention to it. I probably didn't pay attention to it. Because this goes right on top of that blue piece here. So if I do this, maybe move it back here, or let's make it consistent. Okay, grab all this, move. I guess I could tilt it to just the red one, something like that. Poof that out. And then this one, just a bit here and here. Here. Let's see, fiddle this here, maybe a little bit of tilt. I guess just a bit more upwards like that. That should be okay for now. Let me leave it there. If my eye catches it again, then I'll jump on this. Let's see, here. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I'll leave that there for now. Ah. Okay, back to this. I'm still wondering if I want to add this type of detail, this exploded chunk on the canister, and then make some gems stick out a bit. I know it's possible in Zbrush, but I want to see how possible is it if I try to 3D print it, because that might cause some issues down the road. Speaking of issues, let me do this. Yeah. I should not be multitasking while streaming. Streaming should be just focus, go mode, and yeah. If anything, if any multitasking I should be doing is checking the chat once in a while. Select it, deselect that. That's good. So right now I'm just looking at the reference image as a whole and my piece. I want to do my posing at the very end. When I pose it out the way I want it to be, well, I want to mirror my front and back legs, then I'll pose it out. The pose also needs to be 3D printer friendly too. To be even friendlier, I could, since they're separate pieces already, I could make them into their own separate 3D print files, and then reattach it myself in person. I don't want to go through all that trouble. I like to just do a simple print in place type of deal and be done with it. I'm all about trying to make things more simpler, just, you know, an automated thing. Make a model, export it, put it in your printer, print and done. Painting's optional. I don't do painting. I can paint. This is as much painting as I'll do in Zbrush. Just a little color quicker here and paint. Thinking. I didn't do anything under here. I think at one point I may have said on the stream that I would probably do the same little decal tail from here and slap it on the bottom where I'm imagining is what I have. If I did do that, where would I print it? If I print it upright. Well, then there's this. This metal plate, it's supposed to be a cork. This will be a separate piece for sure, because the idea was to hollow out the whole hat canister body, make a little hole here, and then I will cork this in. Cork it in. There. Thinking. Also, I should be writing down on my notepad things I should be doing on my next stream so I don't get lost like this. Kind of want to make this bit pointier for some reason. Let's do that. Let's make it pointier. There. Maybe that's too pointy. Okay, I'll leave it there. Yeah, I'll leave it there. In my mind, I'm thinking like if it's already printed, that'll be the a popular spot to touch. When everyone holds a 3D printed piece, they'll probably want to poke the poker. And then here, I think these are okay. I say that, but let me do before and after. Too long. Yeah, too long. Sure. I guess I like where I have it at then. So I think last stream I did was add details to the helmet. The little gouges, the holes, dents. And I think, yeah, I was all celebrating and being, woo, I got something done. So I think the helmet is done. Right, I was adding my squiggles up here. Because if I'm reading this, I kind of see some squiggles. Or some sort of flower rose petal type at the top. Because, well, you know, there are some squiggles here. So I was kind of matching the top part with the little squiggles here. Yeah. And I'm holding off on mirroring the left side of this robot parts to the right, just so I can have whatchamacall, a not so heavy model on the screen while streaming, because it will lag. I'm feeling the lag now for sure, since I added the texture, the details on the silver part here, the gray part. So now I know. Now I know next time I do some sort of a texturing project, I'll save the texturing detail for last, so that my polygon points is still relatively low and not in the 36 millions. Okay, right, thinking. I guess let's play with the canister. It looks empty. It doesn't look like it had enough, or have enough attention to this canister. Let's take the hat off. Yeah, canister is really bone dry. Leave that on. Body plates. Yeah, take that off. Take that. Just turning them off for now. It helps with the frame rate. Oh, the body. Here. I didn't realize this was the whole body. Oh, wait. That is a body. I just want the canister. Toggle that, toggle that. Okay, yeah, just a canister. So, the canister and 3D printing. Where's my hat? My hat is here. I have the hat filling in all this stuff. Yeah. But all of the stuff I can fill in myself, or meet it halfway. So something like that. I guess also I wasn't sure how I was going to 3D print this when I was starting this off. I want it one piece, like so. Let's keep moving it. Move. This image has enough view to show that there's a gems, rock stones here. Mine does not. It just has the filled in part from this helmet. Let's see if I hide these for now, just temporarily. and then look at it again. So that, my draft angles. That's another thing too I should have considered. So since I had 3D printing in mind, that's why I did my fill little draft angle look there, extruded look. If this was just for 3D rendering and no 3D printing, then I would have definitely made like the hat thinner, kind of like this actually, and not bother filling in the gaps here on the legs and everything else on the model. But since I wanted to 3D print this out, because I like to see things in person, and it's always fun to see your digital file creation come to fruition, have it exist in the real world, that's always a fun thing that I like to do. And that's why I went with this approach. Yee. Okay, so I'll leave it like that. Maybe with this tiny gap here, I could add some... So they're not sticking out though. Okay, I'll just leave it like this then. No stones. Back to the canister. So there's some slight subtle surface imperfections here. This one though. This one. Let's explore this. So unmask that. Let me go back in my history. Really? That was the history? Not much to it. Okay, I like what I have here. Let me color this too so I can see it better. I shouldn't be too picky with my colors. Just double checking to make sure it's intersecting this canister so that it actually 3D prints. The ring here, the handlebar here. I want to see if there's a way I can shape the handlebars to look like eyes. Where's my face? Faceplate. Here you go. Maybe I want to exaggerate it. So here, bring it up here. Do this. Actually, bring it up, bring it here, and then I'll scale it. Nope. Nope, never mind. Can I give it a draft angle? That'll help. Yeah, I think I can. If I mask this, look at it from the front. Let's do inflate by 5. Try that again. How about inflate by 20? So do 5/4. Okay. And there's just in a bit. We have this going on here. Here. Wide. Do I want to do that? Nope. Okay, let's just undo all that. No inflate, we'll leave it there. Oh, actually, wait. That was 20. I'll just do 5. I like 5. Even just a slight 1 degree angle helps. Okay, back to this. Group. Oh, this Q mesh. One at polygroup. Polygroup. Eh. Polyloop. Ah, I'm off today. Polyloop. Thank you. And then here as well. And same for the back. Grab that, grab that. Maybe one different color. Give me yellow. Hey, perfect. Yellow. This here, let me give it a slight bevel. Or something like this. And actually, how will it look if I increase this? I don't like that. Do I like this? I like this one better. Okay, back to it. Let's turn up the body plate and face plate. Canister, I like the way it's at now, so I will duplicate this off. And then let me explore this option. Let me see if I can do a bit of rounded rings. So if I do something like this, oh, it's tilted. How'd that happen? Okay, at some point I tilted it. I will have to fix that. So I'm gonna eyeball it. Using the white line that I have in Zbrush, turn this off. I have it up here. I'm going to just ever so slightly scale it out. and then dial it in with the adjust last feature. So, okay, that looks good. Okie doke. Okay, insert multiple with interactive turned on. Here's what I had in mind. Something like this, this. That might be too much. Now it's taking the shape of like a cannon. It is not a cannon. I like the way it looks though, but that's not what this is. So I will undo. Also, it was creased. It was creased, but let me make it a bit smaller. So something like this. This instead. I think I like that. Uncrease this. That was already uncreased. It's very subtle. You can't see that it's bulging out or inflated out. But I don't think this is inflated in the first place. Okay. Made up my mind. I won't go with that route. These lines, though, I think I made them deep enough where the details will show. So I'll leave that there. Thinking. Grab that. Change colors. Can I get yellow again? This will work. Increase this. Let me do a quick save, a hard save, and I will turn this low polygon into an actual dense polygon with subdivision history. Okay. Duplicate. Here, I'll delete this one. Duplicate that off. Apply. Now this is for reals. It has enough polygon points, but I think I've been dividing it at least once so that when I apply my orb brush detail, when I apply it, it should not look all pixelated. Orb, there you are. I think it's the rock detail I've been doing. I'm just dragging it out. Yeah, that should do it. So I'll grab the green, mask that, invert. One pinch of blur the mask. And now I'll just go ham at it. So make this big. LSIM is turned on. Let's see, symmetrical to here, here, here. Maybe I don't want symmetry on. Well, I'll do for the first few splotches. And also, let me turn on the body so I know where to not go too crazy with the detail. Something here. A little bit there, because the hat's covering up most of it. Let's turn off Z. We'll keep X. Here. I can also push it in to subtract it. Oh, slightly pixelated. Yeah, it's pixelated. In here at least. Okay, undo. I think if I do one more subdivision, that should work. But it'll make... Man, it's gonna make this look crazy. What if I just subdivide this part? Mask, invert, subdivide. Am I not at the low subdivision? Not at the highest one. Okay, that didn't work. Let's see. Okay, so even though it will look pixelated, I can come back and smooth it to fix that sharp corner pixelated look. And then also, if I'm gonna print this out at 4 or 5 inch tall, it may not be noticeable. So more stuff I shouldn't be worrying about. Do some of that here, here, here. Can't see through there. Some corner here. Let's do a big one here. Big one down here. Some of that there. Turn transparency on. Let's do big one here, there. Something like that. Now let's do a touch of smooth. Let me zoom in so I can see the difference. Over here you can see it's a bit pixelated, but if I smooge it up, I can smudge the pixelated look together. Okay, so there's that. Also, while I'm here, you could also invert that, and we'll make this hide that. We'll make this the gold material. Grab that, grab that. Something like that. Hopefully this gap here won't cause an issue. Their gap is a bit more, it's a bit more noticeable. Right, let's add the small tertiary detail. Primary, secondary, and tertiary. I think tertiary is 3. Let's see. Yeah, back to here. So I'll grab this, map that off, invert. Like so. Let's see what else Orb Brush has for me that I can use. Where's my belt? My belt's right here. So I'm looking at this. I could do something like that. So I know the belt buckle is way up here. Mine is there. Yeah, my proportion is... it's all over the place. If that's the belt buckle, I made it to where it's the halfway point of the helmet. But it's like halfway point of the canister. It is. So this should be really small. Smaller. Like we're talking like itty bitty small like that. Also, if I do that, it's going to create, it could create the islands. When it comes to 3D printing, stuff like this might have issues. And then also, if I'm gonna make small detail that probably won't be noticeable in person, I should exaggerate it and make it bigger. That's a big dent. Don't like that. Drop the intensity down just a bit. So I got one there. Let's add another one here. And smooth. Are they both going in that same diagonal? This one is like from 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock. This one maybe more 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock. If that made sense. 1, 7. That's also like a 1, 7. Let's do something. How about here? Here, we'll make it more noticeable. We'll go something like that. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Alright, what else is there? The explosion, the thing coming out. So, there's a neat little brush and Zbrush that can kind of get me to a starting point if I go with this route. It's a 3D animal piece. I think that's what it's called. So if I go to brush, chisel 3D or chisel creature. Let's see what it has for me. So one of these. Let's say that looks more like a nostril. If I drag this out, it'll carve in that 3D look. The nostril goes deep. Or if I hold down Alt, it'll give me a tonsil shape looking stuff. So we're not gonna go Alt. Getting distracted. One moment. Okay, looks good. So that's a nostril. What else do we have to play with? Teeth? Teeth. Or horn. Some chompers. This one we have a fang. That is not what I'm looking for. How about an ear? Could that give me a good starting point? Something. Spike, perhaps? Nope. But yeah, you get the idea. It's possible to carve this out and still have it not have any overhangs. What else did the brush offered? Chisel 3D. Oh hey, an ear. That could work. So, wow, I guess I really need to crank up my intensity. 60. So I could ear out, instead of carve out, but ear out the flaps here. And then manually move it, adjust it. Yeah, it's possible. So that's one route I could go with. Brush, chisel 3D. So with the ear. Ear 3, ear 4. That's another good piece. Maybe more like this. Then I would smooth the heck out of it. Okay, so yeah, before I go any further, I can see it being possible. I can ear it out, And now I'm trying to figure out how much time do I see myself doing it. So that's one piece, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I look at it some more, I guess it actually gouges out to the end, like throughout here. I did not notice that until now. Because I thought it was just a hole right here, and then my 2 rings are still here. So I really need to ear out this whole thing. Ear it out. Part of me says I should do it. The other part of me says, why? Like, how will I do this part? This broken strap? Because this here, I'm barely getting away with this to fill it in and to make it solid, more stable. If it's thin like this, it would not print properly, and it would probably break. And it'd be a delicate piece too, almost like paper thin, if I made it as thin as this reference image. And then the floating gem bits. These 5 pieces? Yeah, I would not be able to print them out floating in the air. So it'd be more like this. Ideas. I'm marinating on this one. Let me look at something else besides the canister for now. I think today's stream will be the canister. How's the back part? It's solid. Solid up until here. Okay. Guess I'm doing it. If I do finish it. Oh, the peggle feet. I want to visit the peggle feet and the gaps here. Peggle feet and gaps. So let's turn these 2 on for now and take a look at it. These look like Pez dispenser candies. That's covered in dirt. I can't see that very well. This one, I read it as like an oval eye shape. This one, I can't read it like that, but that's the front part. Perhaps the back part has more of that, where it tapers. Well, this throws me off too, because I see this Pez-shaped petal feet, yeah. Thinking. Not sure what to do. Maybe I can do both. So, the feet, the hind legs. I mentioned it was like an eye. So if I do this and start moving this around, say it was like that. And then I need to what's holding it in place? Everything's holding it in place. Ah, here you are. This thing here. If I uncrease this... Oh, this got messed up. Not quite like this. Hiya! Hello! Oh man, I can't see very far. Hi. Hi, Hut. How are you? How is your Yeah, it's a Thursday. I don't normally take weekdays off, but yeah, it's Memorial Weekend, and I'm giving myself an extra long holiday weekend off. One of those extended holidays things. Okay, let me put this back where it was now. And then let me look at the whole thing overall and get a better idea. Doing well. Browsing Twitch and building. Cool. How goes the sculpting? Sculpting is... it's going. Going. This is taking a bit longer than I thought. At first glance, when I saw this in my head, I'm like, oh, no problem. I could do this pretty quick. Nope. I got too carried away into the details, and yeah, it's a bit more complex than I thought. But it's almost done. I say that almost every stream. I got my helmet done. But I'm trying to figure out if I should incorporate this gouge with some stone sticking out, because I also want to model this so I can 3D print it. Looking good. Thank you. Oh, you mentioned, so you're browsing Twitch and building. What you building? I would guess Legos, because a friend of mine, she's building her Lego birthday present right now. So that's the first thing comes to my mind. But yeah, building could be anything. Ooh, a set of armor. When I think of a set of armor, I'm thinking you do LARPing, or you do cosplay. What kind of armor are you doing? LARPing. Wasn't there another one called? I know there's another coworker of mine that's in another department. I don't know if it's called LARPing. I don't want to say daggering. Daggering is the different one. That's the wrestling dancing move, or dagger. But he attends medieval fair events, and they do like some, I guess, LARPing battle. This one is a cosplay, but I'll be using it for LARP as well. Okay. Nice. Cool. So, LARP. Is LARPing... I haven't seen much other LARP stuff other than like medieval theme LARP. Is yours also medieval theme-ish, or do you have like a certain genre that you're making your armor to? Let me go back to my peggle feet. Fibo, turn that off. Okay, we'll stick with this. Peggle feet. There are all sorts. I go to a sci-fi one, but this one is sort of low fantasy. Okay, well, neat. Now my next question is, so you're building LARP armor. You doing are you building it in a 3D modeling software, and then you're gonna print out the piece, or are you doing what's the popular? Is it foam core or some sort of density foam material where it's easy to cut and work with? Which route are you going? I like to kind of get into the whole fabricating process. That's kind of something I enjoy a lot. I'm hitting steel with a hammer until it looks like armor. Okay, very nice. So you got a bit of blacksmithing skill in ya. Let's see. No. Where's my thigh bow? That's it. Now, there kind of, as I'm learning more and more about this, I'm picturing, okay, maybe a bit of okay, not blacksmith. Foam and plastic armor doesn't count as heavy at the event I go to. Foam and plastic. Okay. Sounds very fun. I'm trying to remember like the last game I played that has some sort of a starting class type, like your typical warrior, archer, or mage class. I used to be more of a range type class, but I've been doing more tank, armor, heavy type class, and yeah, I've been liking more the bulky, tanky armor look. But that's what I'm picturing. I don't know what kind of route you're going, but it sounds fun regardless. So how many piece would you say is involved when you make your cosplay LARP armor? I would have guessed what? 5? Well, at least 5, right? Head, arms, 2, 3 your legs, pair of legs, 4 is your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4. What else? Accessories? Arm, weapon and shield? I mean, of course, 3,500 plus nerds in the field hitting each other with swords and spears. Yeah, yes. Yes. Something kind of similar, or maybe off topic. Like, I think the last time I was streaming, I was chatting with a friend of mine. I guess I was looking into kendo classes to see if there's any of that around in my area. And when I mentioned kendo, I'm thinking of, the cost that goes behind with it and everything else. So you have your cost of equipment, cost of membership, and how often they meet up, and so. But now this is a different case, because now we can apply, at least for me, I can apply my 3D modeling, 3D printing to make my own weapon and hit other people with. Let's see, I normally play an archer, but since our sub-faction is only 30 people, I wear plate and carry a two-handed sword because I can't rely on always being behind a shield wall. Yes. If you play Monster Hunter or know anything about it, the Great Sword is one of my weapon I main. Great Sword, I think it was a Monster Hunter 4 on the DS is what I liked a lot. Monster Hunter World, I didn't quite like the Great Sword in that one. But yeah, the heavy weapon, Great Sword, heavy bowgun. I think I played a little bit of hammer, and I think the fourth one was hunting horn. Yeah. There's that little random tidbit of me. I don't know how relatable it is with you, or if you play Monster Hunter, but so there's that. I totally get you when it comes to the two-handed weapons. Let's see. I did not make this. This one is right here. I think I got distracted again from the peggle feet. No, I just didn't make that. Yeah. It's got this going on here. This one's a bit longer and thinner. Mine's a bit small. But I can adjust this. I can adjust this part whenever I do bend it. And this wire connects to the something. Yeah, this piece will connect somewhere into here whenever I install it. It tends to get more subdivided for that. For example, Upper body would be a helmet. The gorget, neck armor. I learned something new. The gorget. Spalders, place that hang over your shoulders. Breastplates, tassets, plates that hang over your thighs. Okay, cool. Yeah, I actually never did dive into the terminology, the nomenclatures of the armor piece before. So, thanks for teaching me something new today. Gorget tassets. 2 new words. The rest, I kind of remember those words from playing Diablo. A lot of people don't bother with helmet though, since headshots are discouraged at events. Makes sense. Keep it friendly and reduce the amount of ambulance or police being called on scene. Only people who use swords and shields are expected to use them, because often the head is the only viable target then. Cool. Cool. Let's see. Thinking. Right, the peggle feet. I keep losing track with what I'm working on. Peggle feet. There's this peggle feet. This one's up in the air. This is where I kind of got my initial S-shaped peggle feet. Then there's that. Let's see. I mean, if I was going super detailed, there's like half a dozen different words for types of helmets. I gotcha. Yeah. What you said is good enough for me. I like stuff like that. To some other people, it could be too overwhelming for them if you fire hose them with all the information you know. That's one of the things I had to get used to whenever I go to networking events and chat with people. I try to say words that they're probably familiar with, so it's not too like what the heck for them. But if I see their curiosity peak and get interested, then I can start explaining it a bit more. Mind if I post a link? This not be all end all terminology. Sure. Post a link here. I'll take a quick look at it. Let me see. Smokestacks. Could be small. Great. Ooh. Okay. Let's see what you got there. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Okay. You have the crest, the baronet, the pointy part, the egg shape. Great helm, gorget. Okay, that helps. Spalder, breastplate. Plate gauntlets. Bear in mind, this is only for one specific type of armor. A lot don't have the plate skirt, but a lot of the terminology carries across. Yeah, this seems to kind of have the meaty words. The greaves, the spurs, Poland, the knee part. Cool. Well, how exciting. Thanks for sharing the link. So how many set of armors have you created since you've been doing the LARP? Peggle feet. And this. I might swap this red box for a cylinder. Let's see. Grab the dimensions. Okay, there. Insert. Here. Bring this here. I'm only going heavier now because I'm making the stuff for the cosplay, so I might as well use it. Let's go here. Let's do my subdiv 5, 4, and the crease. So the cylinder is one option, or I can flare this out. To make it easier, let me delete this. Delete that. That and that. Here's the bits I'm building at the moment. Working on the last part for the right arm. Let's see, right arm. Ooh, I like this. Right arm. So the character arm, the one holding the lance, the sword, down. Oh, actually, you know what? Here, I got pure rough. Let me just do this. Voila. So here's the bit you're working on. Working on the last part for the right arm. So this part here. So are you making the whatchamacall? The gauntlet part? Or no. Let me use the right terminology. The upper and lower cannon of the vambrace? I guess here. Okay, grab that. Yeah, that one. It's a little funky because in the art it looks like a full armor sleeve. But in the sprite it is bare. I'm doing a full sleeve because I want to. Yeah, you're making it. You can make it however floats your boat. Let's see, how's this one? Yeah, this one isn't. Yeah, it's quite funky as you described it. Because you have the other arm with the gauntlet or the gloves. The biceps is exposed. This one, yeah, it's up to your imagination. You get to add your artist's interpretation and make it however you want it. Well, this is styled after a later style of armor than in the terminology. Okie doke. That's pretty cool. Let's see. So if you're working on this, have you gotten the other parts made? Or I should say, what's your percent of completion at right now? Let's see. It's more maybe 15th century, at least the way I'm building it. I'm not sure if the terminology particularly carries over because it's all effectively one piece. One piece? A one-piece onesie LARP armor? I guess I'll wait for you to explain it. Or I could be thinking something else. One piece. Mask, invert, and expand, or scale out. Scale out sideways. Well, some of this and some of that. What else you got? There you go. Upper and lower arm plates are articulated together rather than being separate. Oh, gotcha. Huh. Interesting. That's your arm. Doing this. And whenever you have your arm fully extended like this, it'll still be comfy, I'm guessing, right? That little nugget, that's not, why am I calling it nugget? That little elbow joint. I've always wondered about that, because I see like the other armors, like even with the knee area, how they have a nice sharp, you know, spike coming up, but even with their legs fully extended, it's not going to stab themselves. Let's see. More work on the Nemesis set. I'm aiming to have the main chunks of this right arm done by the end of the weekend. Cool. Like, I gave you a little like, a little heart there. Yeah, ideally armor should always bend more than the person wearing it. Ideally, yeah, makes sense. Don't want to be in a weird little robot suits and be all chunky moving. Cool. So do you do any 3D modeling or 3D printing, or incorporate any of that into your workflow with your blacksmithing? That's the right term, right? You're blacksmithing over there? You're a maker. Grab that. I guess I need to crease that. Okay, yeah, crease. Here you go. This is a historical piece in more or less the design I'm going for. Yep, I'm learning to sculpt miniature specifically, so I can do female miniature for proper... Oh, miniature with proper fucking armor. Okay, let's check out your Reddit page. Oh, gotcha. Place of... Here you go, historical piece in armor. More or less design. Cool. Cool. I'm wondering if the original designer or engineer at the time, that century, maybe they saw a little roly-poly and be like, oh yeah, we need to follow this roly-poly design, you know, for that part. Okay, sculpting miniatures. What's your 3D modeling software of choice? Or are you getting into it now and trying to figure out which one works best for you? Grab here. Let's see. I'll make it straight. Do that. Let's see. I'm also 3D modeling some parts of this cosplay too. Then print, mold, and cast in brass and aluminum. Blender. Okay, nothing wrong. Blender is getting better and better by the moment. I got a coworker of mine. He recently started to get into Blender. He's trying to follow a few YouTube tutorials, doing like his own 100-day challenge for himself, just to dive in and just learn the way of the Blender. He uses the other software, the one that's more for not Fusion 360, maybe ModelWorks or something else. More on the I'm losing the words today. The more on the engineering software side. But yeah, Blender's good. Blender works. Oh, that sounds always startles me. I'm not used to hearing that sound a lot. But thank you for the follow. Thank you. Also, since I do a mix of hard and soft stuff, it's just easier to do it on one program. I agree. I'd also like to get into rendering and animation at some point. Those are fun. And I think Blender has it all too. Blender has its own like video editing software, or maybe a plugin you can download. Blender has some rendering features in there, and yeah, it's got it all. I tried to get into Blender maybe 5 years ago, but at my workplace we use Zbrush, and Zbrush comparing to Blender at the time, Zbrush was much more optimized for computer performance, or in my case for my laptop. So yeah, Zbrush ran smoothly on my laptop. When I tried Blender at the time, my laptop would go into overdrive and the fan would just be all loud and get really hot. So I couldn't do Blender. But Blender has improved significantly since then. Let's see. No worries. Always need more creative people to raid. Alright. Yeah. Though I probably do actual final video editing and something else. The video editing I've dabbled with so far is DaVinci Resolve. I haven't done the DaVinci Resolve in a while. I've been mostly 3D modeling and a little bit of quick render and then printing it out for projects. I think I'll leave this red piece here just as a gap filler. Just, yeah, or maybe do this. How would that connect? Oh, here. Let's see. I do have to be a little careful how high res I go in Blender, but I don't have any issue that art of my own making. Yeah. Oh, I think that was another thing too. ZBrush is able to handle a large amount of polygon points, and still my laptop would be quiet as a mouse. Blender, yeah, it just wasn't there yet. I used to see hit film. Oh, use hit film. It used to be free, but you could buy little packages with certain effects and drag and drop stuff. I bought a couple of those, then a few versions later they made it so you couldn't use all the modules you had bought. That's annoying. Those type of business model practice, they're quite annoying. But I can see from their point of view, you know, they're trying to see how much is enough for people to pay for a certain feature and how much are they willing to keep using it until they, you know, get angry and tweet about it or something like that. But I got you. Especially with the whole subscription-based thing too. It's annoying. I'm trying not to have too much subscription stuff. So luckily I got my ZBrush when it was owned by Pixelogic, and this is the perpetual license version. I don't have whatever Maxon has. That's subscription-based. To be fair, for animation shade, smooth saves my ass, and for miniature, I'm making a 35mm tall person. I don't need a million polygons. Let's see. I forget. 35mm an inch. That's about almost an inch and a quarter. Yeah, that's really small. Miniatures. And I thought my miniatures were small. I print roughly 3 to 4 inch tall for my stuff, just so the details could be seen. So if I printed this at an inch and a quarter, yeah, you probably wouldn't see all this stuff. Maybe little bumps. But 3 to 4 inches has been good enough to kind of have everything you see here be shown. And it's just a fun size. Sorry, Mike. It's just a fun size for me, just to hold it in your hand and see something at a good, decent size. I mean, the vast majority of tabletop miniatures are 28mm scale, meaning eye level. That is good to know on that miniature stuff, the size. So there was a roommate slash landlord I lived with, and she got into Dungeons and Dragons. Every Thursday she would go out to the place where they play together. And yeah, I think they all kept their miniature at that height. What was I gonna say? I thought I could get into it, but I guess that's just too much for me to get into D&D. And the miniature stuff, yeah, I can 3D model that, and that's the fun part for me. But where was I getting with this? Oh, I lost my train of thought. Something. I was gonna say Munchkin, or she did a one-shot D&D with me. That was fun. I'll come back to it. I'm going a little bigger than that, but not much. Well, for D&D, it makes it super easy because for a table, you can add squares that are 1 inch wide, and they equate to 5 feet in the D&D quite well. 1 inch wide. Okay. Gosh, now it's on the tip of my tongue now. I don't know how I was going to connect it, but from talking to D&D just now, I was gonna say somewhere during that time, someone was telling me, hey, you should get into doing doll houses and making like the miniature version of that, like the KitchenAid mixer or tiny fridge, because I guess that's another niche too. People that are doing detailed doll houses, they want to have like, you know, nice realistic looking laundry machines and stuff to build out. Let's see, I would like to make some bigger stuff, like 54 millimeters, 60 millimeters. So since we're talking miniatures and small millimeter stuff, I'm guessing, have you had a chance to 3D print any of your models onto a resin printer yet? Or is that in the works? Oh yeah, I guess that's another just general question too. What kind of 3D printer are you using or wanting to get into? Wait, why am I measuring that way? I was trying to measure the length of this thigh bow to the length of my little shin guard. I think I got it. I think so. Let me borrow this here. So it's at least 2, 1, maybe 1.5. Right here, yeah. So yeah. Oh, so the little front shin plate should be longer. Never mind. My proportion's way off on this, but it's good enough to where it should be okay. Let's see. I printed a few parts for pulling onto other models, but but I've not made a mini from scratch. I'm happy enough with. I use a Bamboo Lab P1 Prusa Mini and an Elegoo. Cool. So I know Bamboo is an FDM printer. Is it Elegoo and Prusa your resin printer? I've heard those model thrown out a few times for my research, but I haven't dived deeper than that. I think Elegoo is a resin printer. I think. Correct me if I am wrong. Elegoo's resin, yeah. Prusa's a filament. Okay. How are you liking those? Currently, my current resin printer is the Anycubic Photon 4K and the Anycubic M3 Max for my bigger prints. And then I got a Creality SE6 for my FDM printer. Yeah, those are two I have. But I have played with the Formlabs printer at work and a few wax printer. But for personal stuff, yeah, those are my two go-to printers. Let's see here. Oops, also, be right back. All this coffee I'm drinking is flowing through me. One moment. Okay, I am back. Back to my computer quick saving. I've had an LED Saturn, but found I never used the large build volume. I did find because of the cold weather in the UK, I have to crank the exposure time. Yep, I know what you mean about the cold weather and stuff. Yeah, that's part of the being a 3D printer operator. For me, my resin printer is in the garage, and we're in summertime, so it'll get really, really warm and hot. So right now it's perfect for me to 3D print things in the garage. But during the cold time, I had to put together like a little tiny heater. I think I saw one of the veggie oil, the YouTuber guy that showed how he did it. So after buying all the components and making a small heater, I was able to print some stuff during the winter time. It works, just a bit of an annoying hassle to do so, but yeah. Let's see. Not use the Mars Pro much because I got it just before I started learning to sculpt properly, so I kind of stopped buying STLs. Okay. I'm actually using. I heard about that too, the brewing heater, a little belt around the tank. Nice. I saw a few build stuff with the brewing heater belt, but I guess there's a few I guess bad pictures, and some of that is enough for me to kind of be more weary of it. But I guess they probably didn't wire it properly, but I don't think there's a way that you could adjust the temperature on those unless there's a specific brewing heater belt that allows you to adjust the temperature on that. But many of the pictures I saw, it just looks like it was burnt, or they're saying "Don't buy, it catches your house on fire." La, 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 alarming clickbait words that made me chose to go a different direction. They have dials on the wire. Neat. Hang on, someone's here. Actually, no. It just started to storm here. I thought someone was banging on my door. Okay, yeah. Just a storm. I'm not being swatted or anything. Let's see. Also, not gonna lie, electronic safety standards in Europe and US are not the same. I agree with you. Yeah. My electrical skill level is not as high as I would like it for it to be. I don't know much about wirings and amperage and voltage and stuff. I should at some point, but maybe when I have more time or more availability in my schedule. Okay. Thinking. I'll do the posing later. I kept talking about peggle feet. Peggle feet. I don't think I have this scale to size yet. Gosh. I don't know if you can hear the loud thundering through the mic, but it's thundering out here. Almost to the point where like the house is kind of shaking from the thunder. Looks like it's... Is it hailing? Oh, I'm also in the tornado season too. So every week we seem to have like a tornado storm, and we're hoping none of us get hit by tornadoes. But a few days ago it did hail. Yeah. Just another usual day from where I'm at. Plus I'm like always in my workshop, so it doesn't really matter. I don't leave any of my printer going overnight. Okay. For me, since I'm printing big stuff, usual print time is like either 24 to like 35 hours. So there's that. Yeah. But as far as safety goes, I mean, I got like a surge protector connecting to my printer. Ideally, I should have like another thing where you can... It's like another surge protector, but it has an app where you can monitor how much kilowatts or how much electric is being used. You can also manually turn off that surge protector via Wi-Fi in case you want to turn off your printer or turn everything off, like a kill switch. So there's that, but I'm not using my printer often where I need to purchase it. For me, it's like maybe a project once or twice a week or so. But yeah, hopefully someday I'll start having like a 3D printer factory out of my garage. That'd be something fun to look towards. Okay, thinking. I was playing with the canister, then I got sidetracked to the peggle feet. Peggle feet. Am I okay with that? Let me skip the peggle feet again. Go back to the canister. Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot. The US don't have fuses in every plug. In the UK, every plug has a fuse. That I did not know at all. So, again, you are showering me with knowledge this stream. I appreciate it. Do I want to stretch it out? No, I'll leave it there. Yeah, I'm okay with that there. I think I'm okay. Trying to think, should I pull this out so it prints better? Try not to have any of my piece have like a sharp 90-degree 90-degree of any kind. Let's see. Also, the reason our plugs have 3 pins is that the third is a safety pin. Until that one is 9%. We got one of that too. Well, at least we do have 2 pins, and the heavy duty one has that extra. I forgot the safety grounded pin for a more electrical consuming piece. Makes it impossible for kids to stick. Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. Smoosh. Cool, come on. On the downside, it means our sockets sit pins up if you put them down. Our socket sits pin up. If you put them down, they're your feet. I guess I might need an image to visualize what you just said there. I'm still thinking of Legos for my friend. If you ever step on a sharp Lego block, it's painful, but yeah. Smooth. This should help. I think here I can start mirroring. Mirror and weld. So there's that. Mirror and weld. This one, mirror and weld. Here you go. Oh gosh. Well, hang on. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, yours deliberately, up. Ours have that, but they're kind of facing sideways instead of up. Yours. Okay, I think I'm gonna do the canister. It's not a saying I say, but for this instance, I'm gonna eat the frog. So I'm going to get into the gnarly part. Every stream, I've been asking myself, do I want to model this in or no? And I keep one stream, I'm like, no, don't do it because it'll be 3D printing difficult. Another part of me is like, do it because I've done 2 of the battle damages, like the little bandana here, this. I'm gonna do it. I think I can pull it off. Let's go to the canister. Canister, chisel 3D. We're gonna do some ear flaps. Ear flaps. Ear flap for a starting point, but actually, hang on. Okay, duplicate that. I'm going to Dynamesh it. I want to have more even. This geometry is too dense. I don't know that's the right word, but if I Dynamesh it, it should make it better. Should. Make it higher resolution. I think 1500 has been my go-to for this stream. Okay. better, smoother. So there's that. Alternatively, let me turn this off and dynamesh it. So I have an idea that might work and also not be too intense with the 3D modeling software. So I do that. I just want the middle part here. Come on, come on. Come on. Don't freeze up on me. Okay. I want to isolate this and this. Delete everything else. Then you get flaps. So I see 1 flap, 2, 3, 4, 5 flaps total. Let's start with the big one. Also, I want to draw out what I can work with. Stop that. Oh, geez. Okay. Did that. Okay. Oh, my space bar is locked up. Load brush. Not load. Reset brush. Okay, I can work in this space. Chisel, 3D. Get my ear 4 again. So there's a big one here. And then 2 little ones here. So say 1 and 2. And I will finagle with this. Let's see. How about... Oh, hang on. If I do that, the opening is going to be really small. So this should be a bit more up here. But not that tall. So 60 perhaps? Ugh. That, then there's like a little tear here, and then another big one, something like this. But I should make it bigger, so how about like that? Oh, and also, I need to keep looking past the gold rings. It's going past way out here too. So if I really want to make this gouge, it needs to gouge all the way through here. Yeah. Unmask that. Let me pull this out a bit more here. Re-dynamesh that. Hopefully I don't crash. I think that worked. Smoosh, smoosh, smoosh. Well, as far as the piece peeling back, that's what I have. Next is me carving out the wow, this thing goes really back. It goes from here to the middle here. Okay, try this again. Turn on Sculpting Pro. Nope, that won't help me. Oh, random question. Since now I know you're the a blacksmith, you do any drawing, any type of sketches or doodle to get an idea first before you start hammering away in the 3D modeling, or with a little literally with a hammer? That's one thing. I don't have a strong skill set in when it comes to paper and pencil drawing. But 3D modeling, I feel pretty good at that, in that area. Smoosh, smoosh, smoosh. Can't have this being too thin either. I'll need to come back and fill in these tidal waves with the damp standard. Something like this. With my back face turned on, so it doesn't do that. Make this a different color so I can see it better. Also, I could cut this off. Knife curve, quick save before I play with the knife. Okay, don't crash. Hey, we didn't crash. All right, just keep on moving it. So this here, if I can get just the overall look of it, then I'll start going back and cleaning up the tidal waves, the ears. This tear is facing towards a buckle. So something like that, perhaps. This one is big. Facing in that direction. And then really, I should be doing this at a low dynamesh. There. So it's not too intensive. Schmooge, schmooge, schmooge. This goes way out there, way out to the end. Or, yeah, it goes way out there. Yeah, I think for this process I'm trying to do, it's going to be a lot of moving with the brush, dynameshing at low level, smooth, 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 and repeat. Peels off here, and then the second gold ring is where it peels off. So the first gold ring is here, so I could kind of scribe this in here for now. Come back to this. Nudge, nudge, pull, pull. This one goes up. And it tapers in. That's a bit too strong. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Pinch that. Pull this down. Up. Pull this out some more. This one can go over here. pinch, 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 Dynamesh. Whew, 5 o'clock. I lost track of time. But it's okay. It's my day off. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Grab, move. Over here, over here. It's got a bit of a tilt. So this side will be higher. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, stay. And this kind of follows this path. So pull this out here. Bring it here. Looks a bit off. What did I click on? There. Pull. All right, now for here. This seems to stop there. So, and it's got that little curve, that little bat wing. So, let's nudge it up here. Like that. Nudge. I think the first ring is... Where is the first ring? Here. Okay, almost had it. Here. Pinch, just a bit. Start peeling over. I feel like this needs to be a bit taller. Yeah, just a bit taller. Or, for my case, maybe this could be a bit lower. Yeah, let's make it lower. Lower. Hey, come on, work with me. Lower. Okay, I like how this is kind of shaping up. Gonna draw some outlines just to get a better view of things. Some of that. Need to pull that out some more. Cool. I think after eating this frog, or at least make an attempt to dive into it, I think it's possible. So I'm just making a huge crater recess, while also making it where there's no thin overhangs, overlaps. And then I can stack the gems on each other, this inside, because they look like they're touching shoulder to shoulder, or facets, sides, edge to edge. And I could probably do that. I just gotta stack the gems so they are 3D printer friendly. Cool. Alright. I now know it's possible. Also, since I'm doing it on this side, I can save some more polygons if I remove the unnecessary things here. Voila. Better. This is all totally sculpting here now. Bring that up here, here. Pinch that down, but bring this out some more. Voila. Let's see. Looking great already. Gonna keep it separate so you have an option. Yeah. With my subtool here, the one I've been trying to make the crater, I could toggle that off and we can have a nice non-damage canister. With this on, I can Boolean mesh it together, or fuse it together in a way where I can blend it in and make it look nice. But yeah, that's the thing I like, or one of the things 3D modeling has. Yeah. I don't know how Blender has it, but if you're able to kind of toggle off certain layers or subtools, your 3D model piece, then yeah, it's just per options. But I'm already committed now. I'm going to try to keep going at this and make this whole damage decal here. And yeah, I'll keep poking at this. There's a thing I do at work. Yeah, you can do all that. Cool. Good to know. There's a thing I do at work where if I'm sculpting someone's face or trying to get their overall likeness, working someone's face still challenging for me, even as of today. But if I get kind of annoyed or stuck or run into a speed bump on a particular part of someone's face, like their eyes or nose, working the way down to the teeth, I'll take a short detour with whatever part I'm working on. So if I'm getting hung up on someone's ear, I'll just move on to the next body part and see if I can model that piece, and then come back to it later. So for this case, the reason why I brought that up is like I don't have much flaps left to work with. I thought maybe I can take a pause here and I can start making the gemstones and inserting it into it. But let me kind of get to a good pause point and then I will do the gems. So bring this down some more. Because the gems, it's like, cool, the gems would be easy in my head if I'm imagining it properly. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it doesn't become a nightmare, but I think I can do the gems. The gems, I would do like 1 or 2 different ones, and then just duplicate, move it around, adjust the scale, and so forth. And let me make this a more different color too. What else we got? We have matte cap white. Nah, I like what I had before. I'll do this. something like that. I was trying to draw this little cutout there. Here. Alright, back to the nudging and pulling and smoothing. And it doesn't quite touch the helmet. Mine is totally touching the helmet. So I may need to move everything down some more. Usually, I can keep on being all chatty, but when it comes to when I'm in sculpt mold or something, I seem to kind of get too focused into it. And there's not much I can say other than just moving, using the move brush tool, smooth, move, nudge, push the model around until it looks like the image. When I have it at the way it looks, then I will subdivide it like a few times and then come back in with the details to make the exploded flaps more crisper and sharper looking. And I think in short, that's kind of how the majority of all 3D modeling is. It's just blocking out the shape. Once you have the desired shape you're looking for, then you do the, just go in with the details. Early on, I can still remember when I was learning the ways of 3D modeling, it was more like, what does this button do? Or how do I make this effect? How do I do this texture? And why am I crashing all the time? So there was kind of a good year or two of just understanding how the software works, getting familiar with the interface and seeing what all the brush does what and what tool filters does what. And then afterwards, I guess the next year, the third year, I was like, oh, I can start speaking 3D. I can do this now. I can start doing what Dr. Strange was doing when he first got into Kamatage and reading the books and stuff. And then another year or two, I was like, okay, cool. I can make stuff now. I want to roll roll this. So rolling, I could continue to keep fiddling with it with the move and brush tool, but there's a neat little feature in Zbrush where I can quite literally roll it. If I mask out the part and keep the one I don't want, or I should say, go here, move my gizmo tool here, one blur, I'm going to not quite roll it like that, but let me move this in. Adjust my focal shift to 70, that seems to be nice. Kind of roll it in this way, but it's still not giving me the result I'm looking for. Still a bit too gnarly. You can always come back and smooth it, but that's not what I was after. How about 80? Why is it doing that? Oh, maybe it's because I don't have it at the right pivot, right angle. It's still not working the way I want it. So something like that. And then roll it back. Just to give it more of that bleh look. Or the little flower petal sticking out. And also not too much. I think it's going to be inevitable. There's going to be support. It's going to come here. Unless I print the model somehow. There's going to be supports, right? For sure. If I can get away with not having support on another piece of the model, that'd be ideal. But no worries. It's normal to have little pocket holes, speed bumps on the model itself. Smooth this out. Dynamesh. Let's pinch the edges a bit. Pinch, 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 pinch. Here's a question for you. Of all the stuff you've made, have you ever done a booth or a stand where you were selling your wares, your merchandise, armor before? Or are all these just purely yours for your own personal use? Might need to... Well, I can't pinch that, that's too big. I'll have to push it in myself. Push this in, push this in. Smoosh, smoosh, smoosh. Oh, I should stretch. Looking at my timer, it's in the 2-hour mark. Yeah, let me grab some more coffee. I'll stretch while I'm walking around. Be right back. didn't stretch enough. Check out this. Oh, I should do a hard save. It's been a while too. Now that I'm looking at this from a whole ish, front leg, bibo, face plate, body plate. Turn off the body plate. Turn it back on. Turn it off. Okay. Now that I'm looking at this strap that's in the air, like it just doesn't care. I could probably 3D model that to ride the curve of the flap and stick out. So that could work. So this body, the strap number 2, duplicate that, turn that off. This one, I'm going to have fun manipulating. So grab this, mask, pivot here, and also focal shift and pivot. Oh, okay. There we go, at this angle. Pivot here, maybe. Is there a bit of a twist going on? Doesn't quite look like it, so that's okay. That's good. Oh, I see a fly. Gonna do a thunderclap. I missed. I'll get it. If I see it again, I'm gonna get it. Or try. Oh, right. I gotta do the strap down here too. That shouldn't be too hard. Yeah. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. But first, let me get this wrapped up. Wrap this point, this point. Let's go here. Make contact with this. So that can stay there. This one, I can keep moving stuff around. Grab this, invert, grab that, move it up. Right here. Well, now you got a little bit of an elephant trunk going on. And to me, that's okay. Have that. Raise it up a bit. Smooth. Oh, not smooth. High polish. High polish. Not quite liking this elephant trunk. Maybe it could wrap down. Well, so I like it when it comes to 3D printing it. Not liking it with how it looks overall. Let's see. Grab this. Well, it also depends on how I orientate it in the slicing software. If it's flat like this, doesn't look too interesting. Doesn't look like there's a lot going on. But if it's back where I had before, in the air, it's like it's flowing in the same direction of the exploded flaps. Also, the belt buckle. Let me yoink the strap buckle. Bring it here. And just casually attach it. Looks like, hard to say if it's half of it. Yeah, I think half of it is still attached. The other half I'll have to cut out. Also, this one has more of a little shoulder clamp shape from this view. But again, I need to consider the perspective, angle, view. So there's that could make it look off. So I'll keep the buckle I have now. I'll just cut it in half when that time comes. Face plate, peggle feet. Oh yeah, I can do half right now actually. If I do this, Q mesh it inwards. Or just cut it in half. Ta-da! Close. Yeah, close it nicely. Let's do close convex. Something like that, perhaps. Crease it again. Gold. Yeah, it's there. Except for this. I want to get rid of this. Or at least not have it hang out as much. Okay, I'll have to smooth it. A gentle smooth. And then go back here with my gizmo and flatten it. Flatten it, flatten it. Here. Here. This'll work, this'll work. Those are some thick straps. And this has quite the bump. Let me bring that in. Or bring this out. This. I'm still getting elephant trunk vibes from the strap. Maybe I'll take a break from that area and move on to the next one. Speaking of, let me yoink this strap. bring it over here and fiddle with this part. Double delete. Close convex holes. Oops. Close it again without any lines in there. Like that. So here, this strap, it's a good contrast. Green. So here, I want to grab just that one there, pivot it somewhere here. Let's play with the focal shift. Let's do that again. Nope, that didn't help at all. Something like that. And I can make it less chonky, so let me flatten it a bit. Ooh. Okay. Some more stretches. Let's see, click here, click here. What's this? Just heard a Discord ping. Wanted to see what it was. One of my streaming buddies just wanted to stream. So that's cool. Okay, back to the model. Thinking. How intense is this? It's not that intense. 12 looks good. Yeah, 12. Let's try to tidy this up. I'm gonna think also for these gems, I'll probably not match the same amount that's in there. I count what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't tell if the purple one is the metal. Or, no, purple's the gem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 9. I probably won't do that. I might do 1, at least this one, the one that's protruding out this much. So 1 here. 2 sticking out. 3, 4. I'll do these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Let's do a hard save. The last hard save was, oh man, I didn't do any today. What am I thinking? The last hard save was back in 2 days ago. Okay, save often. Save successfully. And a quick save while we're at it. Okay, quick save complete. Let's resume. Back face. I may want to redo this. And when I mention redo this, I mean I want to make it more sharper, like this image. Mine has the overall, I guess, direction, but doesn't quite look like it. Got these little teeth sticking out. So I thought that'd be the fix, but no. Okay, here is the other method I could attempt to do this. I'll duplicate this. Let's go back all the way back. Reduce all of that attempts I did. Yeesh. Going back in time. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. It might crash, it might crash, it might crash. Wow, this far back? Okay. So, Eee. Here we have this. It's gonna be like, are you sure you want to clear out these histories? Yes. Okay, knife curve to here. Chop. 584 entries. Yes. Cut that, and then we'll cut this one as well. Oop, it did not want to cut. Maybe tiny chunks. Chunk that off, and then didn't mean to angle it, but okay, chunk that off. Cool. So I have this here. Let me toggle this off. So here's the idea. With this turned on, I'm going to use that as a tracing template. So mask this part, mask, mask, mask. Let me try to capture all of this. Mask that. Mask some of that. How's it look? It looks like that. Okay. This will work for now. So we do the mask, extract. How's it look? Please don't crash. I can't tell. There's a lot going on. Do that again. Extract. Let me see. I think that's a start. Yeah, I'll take that. Accept. Yeah, this will work. So with that, I like to Dynamesh. Yeah, Dynamesh that, and then zero mesh it. And then I will turn this off for now. And where's this one? There. Let's start with this one. Wait a minute. What was I doing again? Undo that, undo that, undo that. Let's do another zero mesh half. Keep the groups half. One more. This could work. From here, split to parts. And I'll color these. Yeah, this is what I have in mind. When I can extrude it, crease it. I can also bring this in as well. And roll it. Yeah, I think I like this route better. Even more so, I could just go back to my basics and use a 1-unit cube helper. That'd probably be better. Yeah. As for this though, don't want this to go to waste, so let's do something like this. Grab that, pull that here, 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 here. Bring that down here. Here. Delete it. Close the hole. You're up. Okay, let me do that. Let me get rid of this. I'll go back to my 1-unit helper cube. Insert. That's a big cube. Okay, here's how I see this. One point here, there's another point here, it goes out that way, that, like that. Yeah, that's the answer. Anytime I think of, hey, I think I know this way, this method I learned that could do this. I do it, doesn't turn out nice, and then I end up going back to my usual 1 unit helper cube, and that gives me the result I'm looking for, like 99% of the time. I have mastered the 1 unit helper cube. Let's see here. Let's bring this up. And then let's grab this, bring this down, mask this, and bring this down some more. Increase the edge here. Or uncrease that, I should say. But let's bring it in. Maybe I can get away by just stitching it together. And it should curve the way I'm expecting it to curve. Yeah, okay, that'll work. If I delete this, what happens? I guess I can't delete that. Deep thoughts with this one. Combat. Okay, anywho, that's one flap. Flap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 flaps. I should do that. Make another folder called the flaps. Collapse in all caps. Grab this, grab that, grab that. This. Yeah, I'll grab it too. Makes a good story to tell. And a quick save. Doke. I'm glad it did a quick save. The first crash of the stream. Life goes on. I hope I saved it. If not, I might do a rage quit pizza break or something. Almost the 3-hour marks. Yeah, I might do a break. Cool, I got my piece. Let me hide everything else. Please don't crash. Hide you, hide you, hide you. I think I this over 1, delete higher, that's okay. grab my flap. Hard save. Last hard save was 604. Okay, so I did do a save. So we have one flap here. Hey, don't crash, don't crash. Why'd you do that? It tried to do the whole subdivide doohickey on me. Okay, we got that. And it's like, okay, do I want to just do it like this? There's doing it that way. But these have little flaps here. Oh, I mean, not the flaps, the curves. So maybe I'm thinking move this down in more, rotate it, and then pop it off. Might need to add another line here. Let's turn the body off. There. Now I can see better. So I would like to grab this here. Gosh, okay, so don't grab that. Grab the bottom one. Tuck that in here. Well, this one I'm going to pull forward. Like so. Bring that down. I want one more to kind of curve this in. Right now it's straight and flat. I was hoping this part would have fixed it, but it did not fix it. Maybe because it's creased. That would probably do it. Yeah, that might have been it. Increase that. Increase this. That. Also, my thing could have been messed up. Yeah, I think this is wonky. If I were to zero mesh it? Nope, that just makes it weird. I'm thinking at some point when I was stitching stuff around, this thing did not stitch properly. So now I need to get rid of this. And maybe here, if I stitched here to here, that might have fixed it. Okay, I'm lost. Where is this position at? It's position here. to stitch this away. I think after this flap, I think I might call it. Losing mental power. Need pizza. Man, I had this going good earlier. Now it's all over the place. Okay, undo all this, undo. I had it right earlier, like that. From here to whatever I'm at now. Okay, duplicate this. Let's go back to the original one. I think this whole time I've been trying to just rotate this. Just rotate it, man. Rotate. Yeah, something like that I'd be okay with. Instead of whatever this was. Yeesh. All that manipulation. Anywho, back to this. Body. Turn the body back on so I can see the straps. Here, scale this down a bit. Tilt it upwards. Make it a bit more curvier. And by that, I mean to grab this. Make it more like a flower petal. Yeah, like that. Okay, I got a flap. All that for just one flap. I'm ready for dinner. I must eat. Da, da, da. Okay, yeah. I need food. I'm gonna call it an end. Yeah, as always, thanks to everyone who popped in here, and thanks for the follow, Hut Armories. Glad I got a chance to meet you. Yeah, nice chatting with you. Good to learn about LARP and the armor terminology and all the cool stuff you do. Oh man, I need to stretch and lay down and do a barrel roll or something. Yeah. What's that saying? Head empty, thought blank or something. I'm like that right now. Okay, that's it. Wrapping up. See y'all next time. I should get this. I keep saying I should get this done this week. It is my Memorial Day weekend off, so I'll have lots of time to do this and other stuff I need to do around the house. But yeah, until next time. Bye.